Hey guys, what's up? Just got back from my trip from Italy and I was gone about 8.5 days, I would say, and came up to my plant room a little bit mortified because some of the plants in here are not doing so great and I'm having a what the heck moment because I totally watered my plants, made sure everything was in tip-top shape before I left, and this isn't the first time that I've gone away, and this is actually like a short period. I've been away for about 10 to 14 days before, and the plants were fine, but not this time. I feel like half of my collection may need to be chucked. I will try to revive it because some of you people out there are also very invested and will probably leave mean comments. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm just gonna take you guys on a little tour. At some point, I'm probably gonna want to sit down and use my tripod because holding this is, you can't even see what I'm holding, but holding the camera like this is starting to hurt my arms. All right, let's get into this video. All right, so let's start off with the plant that caught my attention when I first walked into this room. And I kid you not, I was kind of like, oh boy, you might have really killed it. But I think it's okay. I just need to do some sprucing. It's this Frydek right here. Now, you guys know that I've had this Frydek with me for quite some time. And look at all of these dropped leaves right here. Usually, I'm very much like, it's okay. It's putting off leaves for you. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Oh my God, I'm a little bit stressed. Just because like I said, I've only been gone for 8 days. So seeing how much leaves have dropped and are starting to yellow and crisp up is a little bit of a concern, but it is very dry. But anyways, I am actually going to grab my bag, grab a pair of scissors, and start trimming some of the waste and see what I'm going to do with it and plan for spring, because spring is around the corner. I know I just came back to a snowstorm. Can you believe that? It's February 1st today. And yesterday, when I landed, I came back to a snowstorm and I was just like, this is not ideal. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and peel all of these crispy bits that are not serving the plant and cut off these. So I'm kind of, I guess this is turning into also a plant chore day. Not what I had anticipated. Definitely not used to doing that. But anyways. Oh, this one's so sad. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the leaf looks okay. It's so wilty. I'm definitely not going to be able to bring this back to life. So all I'm doing is clipping off leaves that are obviously very limp. Hopefully it perks up. I think what I'm going to do for the spring with this guy is actually, do you see how tall it is? The stalk, it's huge. And so unnecessary. I think what I'm going to do is give it a cut. Will that work? I think I've talked about this before where I've asked if anyone has ever tried to root it from the stalk, because I know you can root Frydeks from corms. I just don't know if it'll work from just here. So I kind of want to cut it right here because this is just so very long. This is like, I don't know, well over 30 centimeters. And yeah, it's just too tall for my liking. What else is in here that looks kind of gross? Just some dead bits. So this plant has 4 baby corms growing out of it. And it's just, you know, doing its thing. And now that I peeled everything back, it looks a little straggly. I don't know how I feel about it. But maybe in the spring, I'm just gonna give it a cut, see what happens. I'm okay if it doesn't survive because I have the baby corms here that are just gonna continue to grow and get bigger anyways. So I'm not too upset about it or stressed, but this is just way too long. You guys can see. Maybe this way? Yeah. You can see that it's super long, well over 30 centimeters, and I just want it to be a little bit more bushy. Not so much taller, I just want it to be a little bit more bushy. So yeah, let's just put that down. Another plant that I thought was kind of struggling was the variegated Frydek. Look at her. She's so pretty. This is a really white leaf, actually. I don't think I've ever noticed it before. It is super variegated. Huh. Anyways, I do have some, you know, yellowy parts here. So I'm going to peel this back. Throw this out. I'm definitely going to have to give these guys a good drink of water. Usually when my plants are very dehydrated like this, I will give it water and I will hold off on fertilizing. If you over fertilize your plants, you run the risk of burning its roots. So because I know that the plants are very dry, I don't want to give it too much fertilizer or even fertilize it at all, because since it's already dry, it's very I guess like sensitive. So just regular water that's probably going to be room temperature, not cold water because I don't want to shock it. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do with this plant, with all of my plants actually. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but they're all in semi-hydro, and I have found that a lot of my Frydeks prefer semi-hydro. So I'm going to keep giving it what it wants and weekly fertilizing it when needed. I want to take this down to the shower and give it a good rinse because the leaves look very dusty, but we'll see how I'm feeling after filming this video. Anyways, so this is my variegated Frydek. She's looking pretty good. Not too bad. It kind of freaks me out a little bit because when I'm looking at it from the back, it looks like some of the leaves are starting to turn yellow. As if it's, you know, in need of nutrients or wilting. But yeah, anyways. The next plant, let me take you down and do a little gander. This is not a good situation. I think I'm throwing this out completely. Yeah, let me just take it off of here and give you an up-close look as to what's going on. Oh, yikes. So this plant, it kind of breaks my heart a little bit that it's too far gone to save right now, because this is a very highly sought after plant for quite some time. I can probably try to save it, but I just don't want to at this point. It's my Gloriosum zebra. Look at this. Oh my God. Again, I was only gone for 8 days, and this is where it's at. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed. Still in shock. I'm processing it. It looks like it's tried to put off several leaves for me and just never unfurled. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't see any spider mites. I don't see any thrips, but I do see life. Life is right here. There you go. So this very end right here, it's definitely trying to put off something. I don't know, you guys. I'm at the point where I'm just, should I save it? Do I even want to try to save it? Let's say I save this. Where am I going to put it? I just have this conundrum where I have all these crawling plants. I'm going to try to save it. I'm going to go ahead and save it. So what I'm going to do is actually clip it right here because I don't know if you guys can see, it has pretty long aerial roots right here. And this is attached to this that just fell off. But anyways, I think if I cut it right here, it'll have enough roots to sprout from here. I'm gonna just go ahead and give it a cut with my scissors. This, oh, the smell of freshly cut philodendrons. I don't know what it is. It doesn't do anything for me, but you know it's a philodendron. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I think this was very dry because clearly there's no water left in this container at all, which is very surprising because like I said, I had watered all of my plants before I had left. So it should have been okay. And there's no, well, I guess there is a vent right here that could have dried up the substrate. But my thing is that this is kind of situated in a far enough corner where it doesn't really receive that much light. So it wouldn't have dried up that quickly. But I mean, whatever, it is what it is. So I am choosing to save this because I do remember how hard it was to get a zebra. And I'm very good at rooting gloriosums. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of let this callus over and just throw it in, I guess, whatever soil that I have laying around, and then just bag it and see what happens to it in the following year. And I will do better at making sure that it doesn't grow out of the pot because that was one of my New Year's resolution. So you can see it looks like shit. And it's been growing out of the pot. Oh, you can see there. Yeah, so you can see that it's been kind of growing out of it. And my intention was to actually kind of push it back in because you can do that. But we're at a point where we're just starting over. So I'm going to go ahead and trash this and then grab the next plant that is not doing so great. All right, so my other gloriosum that I had repotted into here is also not doing so great. As you can see, it decided to drop some leaves and it's just not okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull this back and throw it out and hope that the little stump that's buried in here is going to grow. Hopefully. Oh, you can't even see. Oops. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to survive, but we will see. My other gloriosum over here is also not doing so hot. Look at this. I just want to cut it so far back and just either start from scratch, hope for the best, but then I'm going to end up with this. And this was something that I had done 2 years ago, and I still have not even updated you guys, but it seems to be doing okay. Lots of little growths. I haven't upsized the pot at all, but you can see back there, some of its leaves started to drop, but also it's starting to put off new leaves. It's just one of those things that you just don't want to do because it's just a lot of work. I'm dreading it. Next is this. Let's see what's going on here. I think these guys just need to be repotted, honestly. Definitely need to take off anything that's dying. Throw that away. Yeah, I think... Oh, I have thrips. Can you see? You see that? Oh my god! Oh, you guys, when you have thrips like that, you're doomed. You're more or less doomed. Let me just pull it out of there and just show you guys up close and personal. Okay, so this pathetic plant is my Dock Block Anthurium Zara Michelle. Now, let me see. Are the thrips moving? Yes, they are moving. Let me see if my camera is good enough where it'll pick it up for you. My hands are shaky. So those little white specks are thrips, and thrips love fresh new leaves. Okay. They love. In order to treat thrips, what you should do is get rid of the leaves. That's what I'm doing right now. And then you should actually you can repot it and get new soil and all that stuff if you want to preserve the foliage that's already on here. I am in a calm place right now. I think I'm actually like very relaxed on my trip. So I'm not as overly sensitive to what's going on at the moment. I think I'm just life 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 happens. Um anyways, I'm still processing clearly. What I'm trying to say is when you have thrips and you want to treat it, what you can do is treat it by cleaning it. You can clean the soil because it does live in your soil or your substrate or what have you. And basically just keep treating it. So what I like to do is actually clip all of the leaves back. And this one leaf right here, I'm going to just, okay, that's what I think of that. So I will start all over. So I'm probably going to take this downstairs and give it mild soapy water and also hit it with some of this. This is a lifesaver. So yeah, just working with the thumb now. That's just how it is. Let's see what else is like struggling in here that needs. Oh, this is amusing. I kind of almost just want to throw this out. This right here, I think is a phoenix. Pretty sure that's what it is. Uh, yeah, dark phoenix. And I guess I can try to save it. But there's like a little dinosaur on it. Little dinosaur. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I'm not feeling it. I think it wants to survive. It definitely has another piece right here, right over here. Peel that off. This is, gotta remember that I need to get this thing to focus and then talk. But right here, this fleshy bit does look pretty good. I can probably just put it back where I found it and hope for the best. But I do need to treat it. So I'm going to also give this like a little rinse with soapy water. And this little tip right here, this is nothing. This is just dried up. Yeah. And it's mushy. But I don't know if anything's going to grow from there, but we'll see. I mean, content. So I'll save that. What else? What else is not struggling? Or sorry, what else is struggling? I think this also has strips too. It probably explains why they all look like crap. So I guess all of my Ethereums that are in there have been infested with thrips. I feel like I've treated it before for thrips. Oh, I could be wrong. Anyways, peeling everything back. I think I'm going to put this back where I found it because this needs a little bit more TLC because you see how it's just kind of dangling here? What I'm actually going to do with this, I'm going to film it in another video, is I'm going to give this a good rinse and then give it a cut further down here and then repot it. This is actually very well rooted, but because it's been infested with thrips, it's not putting off nice leaves for me. I'm going to have to deal with this another time. I'm not really in the mood to deal with that. This one was my Magnificum Ace of Spades. In hindsight, Magnificums are huge. I don't know how I'm going to house this once it bounces back. So, yeah. What else? The other ones are doing okay in there. Those ones are fine. So it's only these three. My Gloriosum over there looks like trash. And yeah, walk over there. All right. So my Addisonii looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Does have like, it still has its leaves that are kind of dried up and not surviving. But I mean, so long as it's putting off new leaves for me that are looking pretty good, I'm happy with that. This plant may just be like a 3-leaf plant. My obliqua looks sad and sickly, very sad and sickly, but this right here, I think it's trying to do something. So I'm just gonna let it be. I'm gonna let that do its thing. My Florida Beauty doesn't look so great. What's happening? Okay, so this is dead. Um, yeah, I have to throw this piece out. So this cutting did not take, clearly. So I'm gonna go ahead and just chuck this piece because it's not surviving. I don't know if the node is gone. Let me see. Oh, actually, the node is right here. Okay, let me see if I can get this to focus for you. The node is right here. And it looks like it kind of wants to do something. Yeah, it definitely, okay, so the node, you can't see it. I'm so sorry. But this little bump right here, it is activated. So I think what I'm actually going to do is throw it into my other container and put it in moss and give it 100% humidity because something's going to grow from here. So I'm going to save that. What else? The rest looks okay. I have a really ugly deformed leaf growing from there. This top cut looks like it wants to do something, so we'll leave it be. Everything else down here looks okay. So that's reassuring. This is my other dark phoenix. So I'm not too sad if the other one doesn't make it because I still have this, but we'll see. Yeah, everything else looks okay. Surviving. I need to definitely rearrange some of my Hoyas. I guess it's not too bad, right? Only a few. So only a couple of plants got thrips. Only a few of my gloriosums are on its way out. But otherwise, the majority of plants are doing pretty good. Even my Thai constellation right over here. Let me just pull it down for you. So this is what I mean by, doing a walk around and trying to ensure that my plants had the best chance of survival while I was away. I had went on my way to even red wrap my Thai constellation in hopes of creating like a humidity dome for it so that it can be okay, as opposed to, back in the day, I would turn on a humidifier. Obviously, I wasn't here, so no one's gonna refill the darn thing. So I figured I'll just saran wrap it and just kind of hope that it helps. Anyways, I don't know if it did. Um, but what is this? I have, so these older leaves were like the baby leaves. I don't care so much that it has run it off. I do care if the leaves look suspicious. So even this leaf right here, a little bit yellow to my liking. So I feel like something's going on with this plant. Not sure what it is because it's putting off like good roots. Do you see that? So I think I just need to be patient and just let it do its thing. So I do think that this random saran wrap situation does help. I even did it for my other Thai constellation that I continuously have a very toxic relationship with. Let me go ahead and grab that. Okay. So I also saran wrapped this in hopes that it will, you know, help it do something, do anything so that it can just no longer be this one leaf for me. Nothing has gone on, but the good news is it's rooting. Do you see that? It's definitely coming out of the pot. So, I mean, it's happy. I just need to be more patient with this and, hopefully it'll just reward me with some new leaves. Please, fingers crossed. But yeah, I guess it's not too bad now that I have filmed this video. On the grand scheme of things, mm, only one plant actually got chopped, right? One plant got chunked, 3 plants got thrips. I think I'm doing okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.